You won't believe this. I didn't start up in life to be a salesperson. Yes, you heard me right. I didn't start up in life to be a sales coach. Life changed for me. Life happened for me. And every day, life is happening for you. You see, when we learn to look at challenges and embrace them and look at them as a change of direction, because we all have inner GPS that is moving us to our purpose and where God wants us to be in life, then we are able to get there. Yes, you heard me right. I did not start up as a salesperson in life. I actually started up with geology and mining and then went on and got a criminology degree. Yes, those two actually didn't set me up for sales in life. But you see, life was happening for me. I became a mom. That was life transforming. And not just a mom. I became a mom with special need kids. And I got to the level in life where I knew nobody was going to employ me. But you see, those challenges for me was a change in direction. It gave me the opportunity to sit down and think about my life and think, do I stop here? Or do I set my goal so high and I don't stop until I get there? So life changed for me. Life brought me to the opportunity I'm sitting in. Life brought me to where I am today. And because I've always made goal setting a part of my life, it was easy to sit and ask myself, Bukie, so what's next? Every time that life throws challenges at you, I want you to be able to sit down and ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? What responsibility am I taking from this? And what lesson, skill can I take from this challenge and bring to my next life? Because there are different stages in our lives. And guess what? For you to move from that last stage to the next stage is going to require a different level of you. So my story goes like this. I came into sales because somebody invited me to come sit down and watch a presentation. Actually, it was my younger sister. She wanted to get something for free, but she needed to have at least 4 people sitting down with her in that presentation. I wasn't supposed to be there. It was just, Auntie Bukie, please can you come just sit down, don't do nothing. But you see, while that sales presentation was going on, I was looking at what the woman was selling. 1, I needed it. 2, how can I get it? I was dead broke. I couldn't afford it. How can I afford £3,500 worth of, you heard me right, cookware? You see, sitting down there and watching that lady do that, I'm like, girl, this is something I could do. This is a skill I could learn. And so when she finished, guess what? I was looking at her, she was looking at me, but she was also reading my body language. Now, when you are in a sales process, pay attention to what people are doing around you. She was paying attention. She was talking at everybody else, but she was paying attention to what I was doing. So when the presentation was over, she gave me an offer of a lifetime. She said, can you come to the office and see this? On my way to the office, I wasn't even dressed like a business person. I was just dressed like a busy mom who's had one busy life, who's tired of life, to go to this office. And then I got there. All the 8 on my head was coming up. I'm like, I could do this. I could learn this. This could change my life. I saw the opportunity in my challenges. So when I got to that office, what do you think I was doing? I was the one asking questions. I wanted to know how to get from A to B, from B to C. I walked out of that office that day with a plan on how to get £3,500 worth of cookware, but also to make that a business. So I started off in sales to 1, change my life, taking responsibility for my life. 2, how is it going to impact my own family? Number 3, how is it going to change the life of my children and my family at large? Number 4, how many people's life can I also help to change on this journey? Those were the questions that I was asking. Like we always say in sales, the number 1 thing is make a decision. So walking into that, I began to set my goals so high, and it was easy for me to do over £50,000 in sales as a young person in 1 month in the sales industry. Now, I want to say to you that there are skills you need to learn. There are trainings you need to have. And also the people who are the highest earner in your industry. Make friendship with them. Ask them how they did it. Ask them the mistakes they made so you don't have to make it. Those were some powerful questions that I used to ask. And please, stop pretending like you are the boss and you know everything. No, you do not. Take time to go and ask the people in your industry, what can I do differently? And guess what? Have someone in your industry that you want to look, talk, walk like. Yes, you heard me right. Please don't go to them and say, I'm going to surpass you in this business. That's not the whole idea. It's, I want to talk. I want to be able to experience the kind of life that these people are having. Those were the things that helped me hedge out my competitor in the same industry. I began to take time to read, to learn, and to journal. And some of you that are watching me will say, Bukie, I don't like reading. You know what? Audiobook are your best friend. The ability to listen while you're cleaning the house as a mother, while you're doing other things, something key into you. Guess what? I don't go into a room without a journal in my hand. When someone is saying something on the audiobook, I will pause it. I will quickly write it down. And yes, I have spent the last decade doing exactly the same thing every time. My car has become a mobile school. You can change your life if you set your goals so high and you don't look back. You know, the reason why many people are never successful in what they're doing is because they don't make the decision, they don't burn the bridge. When you decide, I make the decision to change my life and I'm picking this industry, that's where I'm going to go, then you have to learn to burn the bridge and say, I'm not going to stop until I get to the top. I'm not going to stop until I become one of the top 20% in my industry. I actually love the way a friend of mine says, he says, I'm not going to stop until I get to the top or I die trying. It takes someone with a mindset of saying my goal is so important because it will change my life, it will change the life of my family, it will change the life of those around me, and it will change the life of the people that are coming my way. I would create more impact as I go to go into something and not look back. And it takes the heart to get there. You heard me right. You need to make that decision with your heart made up, with your mind made up. I'm not going to turn back. And if that's you, my friend, you have only one direction to go to. It's the top. So I'm going to say it this way. You are already suited for success. And yes, see you at the top.